It is probably exactly how we drew it up. We came out, we were prepared. I thought our guys were really connected defensively. Wheaton's got a terrific team, great season, all the credit in the world. You knew they were going to make a run in the second half. You hoped it wouldn't be quite as big a run as it was, but it was. And all the credit to them. They made some really good plays to get back right there into the game. And as our team has done time and time again, we withstood it, and these guys put their foot back on the gas and closed out the game. Can't explain it. No fancy magic there. They just have a competitive will that really shines at the end of games, and I thought that was true tonight.
Coach, talking about the way you guys started the game, you're shooting like 75% at one point, about under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Obviously, shooting 75% is not sustainable, and they were shooting about 25%. So things kind of averaged out. Talk about the game plan and how that may have changed as the league progressed or as they may have cut back into it.
Yeah, I think being at home and remembering that game last year, Marietta in the Elite Eight, our guys were really, really locked in to start the game, and defensively, which led to our offense. So they're really interconnected. And then in the second half, some of those shots, that were falling in the first half didn't, and that allowed Wheaton to get out and transition a little bit, get some easy baskets there. The momentum shifted. Then they had a little more confidence and made some shots. So, it was a great half in the first half, but you got to play two halves. And Wheaton wasn't going to let you play two halves like that. They had a lot to do with that. And they made the big plays they needed to make to get back in the game.
Before passing to you guys, this is for either of you. At a certain point in the game, you had a 24-point lead. Earlier in the season against Virginia Wesleyan, you had a 20-plus point lead, ended up falling in that one at the buzzer. Talk about how that one may have prepared you for the run that Wheaton went on today as they closed into that gap, and how that may have impacted the way that you guys played this game.
Go ahead, Ty.
Virginia Wesleyan definitely prepared us for this situation. We know that feeling, and we didn't want that feeling again, so we talked about it as a team, like it's a game of runs. Like it's time, when they made their run, we was like, it's time to make our run, get back up and win the game. We call it winning time. It means a lot. I wasn't on that team that went to the Final Four, but it means a lot to be back, and job not finished. We want to go to the Final Four, and we want to win games.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about CNU men's and women's basketball over the last however many years. It's just been a phenomenal run of success, and we couldn't be more happy to share the moment with them. They work extremely hard. We see them every day. They got a great team. I know they feel the same about us. A lot of the guys hang out together, guys and girls, so there's a competitive vibe. I'm glad we were able to pull it out because I'm sure these guys didn't want to hear about how they fell short to the women's team. So it's like a healthy, competitive thing, and it's really unbelievable to be at this place in this time. There's not many schools that ever get an opportunity to go to a Final Four. Never mind have their men and women both go on the same night. It's really just incredible, and it's a tribute to our entire athletic department and school. Yeah, I think it's something we've seen, and you talk about the Virginia Wesleyan game, in the first half, and this is exactly what they did yesterday. In the first half, they were playing their system, their style. They were kind of playing under control. We were able to kind of keep control of that. When they got down 20, they said, hey, man, just go. And so when you're able to play with that level of fearlessness, which he had, and you're that talented. And then we were really worried about the three-point shot, so we were not leaving guys on the perimeter. We didn't want him to be a great passer, He still found a way to get 6 assists because he's so good. But, he just kind of went. And we threw a bunch of guys on him. Colin Hines was on the bench for a little bit of that stretch. He's probably the guy that's been our go-to defender. Ty and John each got a shot at him, but they set a bunch of high ball screens for him, and he was terrific. He showed why he's had the career that he's had, and tip your hat to him.
Coach, getting back to the Virginia Wesleyan and kind of reliving that almost today, could you talk to both how you addressed the team after the Virginia Wesleyan game, and then also saw you kind of yelling on the sidelines that you needed to get stops when you were up 24, and then obviously that didn't happen. And were you kind of reliving that a little bit mentally, or did you not think about that over the course of the game?
Yeah, no, I mean, it is our team. This is not the first time. Virginia wasn't the only time. When you have a team down and they're able to play that free, a really good team with a really good player, that's what they do. They'll make some shots, and then we contributed to it with some poor offensive possessions and, quite honestly, some shots that, we had some point-blank ones around the basket. We had some wide-open looks that didn't fall, and that led to the run. And it's tough. We never really relinquished the lead, I don't think. At that point, we would have had to sell out and probably double-team them and then hope the other guys miss. We didn't want to get to that point, and that's what we would have done at Virginia Wesleyan, the same thing. But we had been able to maintain the lead, and so we didn't do that, and we were able to then get a stop and a score.
Coach, a little bit abnormal in the scoring column. All but 2 points looks like came from your starters, and all of your starters had over 15 with the exception of Colin, who also played tremendously. Just talk about the way the offense was able to kind of spread out. It's the same way yesterday where you had 4 people above 10 points and double figures. Everyone's getting in on the action.
Yeah, well, this is the point guard right here. You talk to him.
Yeah, everybody contributed, and I feel like we're a hard team to beat when we have everybody contributing like that. So
he's being humble. This is the guy. This is the guy that makes it go. 5 assists in the first half, 6 for the game. He kept getting in the lane and making plays for his teammates. I thought we were very unselfish. 20 assists. That's 20 for 30 shots. That's really just a lot of guys sharing the ball. Even the guys off the bench didn't score a lot, but they had 5 assists and no turnovers between Ian, Jamal, and Devin. So I think our guys were really connected on that end, and I thought we could have pulled away and really not had to get to that, and just the shots didn't fall. But these guys really look out for each other. When the ball goes into Trey and Ian, if they can score, they will, but they're also very unselfish. And this guy gets in the lane. He can score, but he also finds his teammates, and that's a true point guard.
Ty, can you talk more into your mental thought process when you see Trey having a mismatch? Is that your first thought to go into him?
yeah, it's always good when you can feed Trey, get the ball to Trey, because when he's scoring like that, they bring the double. We want that. Then we can attack closeouts, anything like that. We have open shots. So it's always good to let him touch it.
And Coach, once it got under 10, it looked like you guys were trying more to run clock versus run offense. Would you agree with that assessment, or were you happy with how you guys ran offense during that period of time?
Yeah, I don't think so. It's definitely not our DNA. We don't believe in it. We believe in putting points on the board. If it happened, it certainly wasn't intentional. I thought they got a little more physical with us. I thought they extended their defense, and they kind of ramped up, made things a little more difficult. And like I said, I think we had a bunch around the basket that, in and out, several that I think could have allowed us to extend the lead or keep the lead where it was, and it just didn't happen. But I don't think there was until really, really late did these guys think about moving the ball and trying to kill some clock.
And then during that lead and run, were you unhappy with how you were switching off and on bigs versus littles and allowing them to get easy cuts to the basket? Or was that something where your mental approach to it was, hey, we're up by 17, let's at least make sure that they don't hit a bunch of big threes on us. If they get the back cut here and there, they'll get it?
Yeah, we did the same thing in the first half. You know, we feel comfortable with our guys guarding multiple positions, and, you know, that was the game plan, that if you got hit by a screen, we were going to help each other out with a switch, and we trust these guys to do that. And it does lead to maybe a slip or an open bucket here or there. I thought our guys did that really well, but we had a few breakdowns, and, I mean, it's not like the shots that they made to come back were, you know, were very clean. I mean, they made some tough shots, I thought, and so all the credit in the world.
And
to win.
lastly, just in terms of Fort Wayne, I don't know if you've had a chance, you're playing Swarthmore, and then on the other side of the bracket, it's Mount Union and Wisconsin Whitewater. I don't know if you had a chance to watch any of those teams, but if you have any thoughts on any of them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to celebrate this one. We'll get back in the lab here soon enough and get ready for those teams. These guys certainly haven't played them, but they, you know, we played Johns Hopkins, so they're familiar with that league and that style, and you know, I am, but we're going to enjoy this one and then get back to work tomorrow.